A lot of people are pissed off at this. Pissed off at this. I want to know why people are so pissed off at this. I get it. Victimhood. I get it. People.
As you may know, this country has had some issues with race. Oh, okay. Sphincters are tightening already. We've had some issues with race. There was that incident in 1619, and then had a few hiccups since then, but mostly it's been fine. We've all been chilling. It's been chill.
It's been chill.
Until a couple years ago, another rare bad thing happened to black people in the summer of 2020.
George Floyd's death is sparking a national reckoning.
The death of George Floyd, it sparks this global movement, this racial reckoning.
We here in America certainly had our own racial reckoning in the wake of George Floyd's death.
A growing number of American companies facing a racial reckoning.
As America confronts a racial reckoning.
A racial reckoning.
It also comes at a time of racial reckoning for the country.
Why everybody saying racial reckoning?
So you guys are finally ready to talk about racial reckoning. We don't want to right the wrongs. We just reckon we're going to think about it for a bit. Well, not to worry. This egregious midday murder will not be in vain. Let the work of righting centuries of oppression begin.
Now, I'm checking this out so that y'all know. I'm very new to politics, all right? But I'm checking this out because a lot of people have been saying I should review other people talking about Jon Stewart's the problem with white people. Apparently, a few people have reviewed this, Ben Shapiro being one of them, and a couple of others as well who are against what Jon Stewart had to say. I'm here to get what he had to say firsthand, just to see if I understand what he's saying, if I agree or disagree. And if you like this style of content, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell, so that next time we post some content, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you.
Aunt Jemima is being retired.
What? What? Hold on, what? What the hell?
By any means necessary.
Cream of Wheat is removing the black chef from its packaging.
Chris Harrison, host of The Bachelor, has announced he is stepping away.
Every NFL stadium, you're going to see phrases like end racism.
Tonight we know the Dixie Chicks are dropping the Dixie. The village of Hampstead, Main Street, Black Lives Matter Way.
We will now kneel for our moment of silence.
Worst production of Lion King ever.
Yo, why are they doing all that?
But
What?
more than
What am I missing?
calisthenics and some long overdue brand readjustments, there came another, even more meaningful cultural shift.
I think white people need to listen.
White people should listen to African Americans.
White people, we need to listen.
We are listening. I am listening.
Now it's time for us to have ears to hear.
Okay, guys, what am I missing? Because so far, this is hilarious. Please tell me. Because so far, what I'm seeing is absolutely freaking hilarious, man. And I don't unsubscribe. I know what y'all like to do. You see something that you don't like, and you like to run and hit that unsubscribe button. Don't do that. Come on, give a brother a chance. Give a brother a chance.
Oh, good, because I've been using mine for
Oh, God, cut that out. Gotta cut that out.
I like my ear like I like my Pink Floyd albums in stereo. Yeah. Yeah, we changed it from rehearsal for the crew that got a bit of a tickle out of that one. Yes, apparently this racial issue that so divides America could have just been solved if only black people would have said something. So Okay, white people, ears to hear.
This is the harsh reality for Black people in America today, that we are expected to participate in democracy while receiving conditional citizenship in return.
When zip code determines what kind of school that you go to, when zip code determines what kind of food you can eat, these are the vestiges of enslavement.
So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything.
It's amazing to me why we keep loving this country and this country does not love us back.
I mean, this stuff is hard to hear. But these are tough conversations, and I would probably have more hope in its impact on our culture if those same exact sentiments hadn't already been conveyed to white people over and over and over, like 1 year earlier on The Breakfast Club.
They never addressed the primary problems of Black folk. Our primary problem was not social integration or civil rights. The primary problem is you never corrected the legacies and burdens of slavery.
Or by Viola Davis at an award show in 2015.
The only thing that separates women of color from anyone else is opportunity.
Or in the 90s, when Sister Souljah explained this directly to Bill Clinton and Larry King.
The thing that kills African people in America is not what white people say, but what they do, their policies, their actions.
See, white people are pretending that this problem is new, and we're just hearing about it now because we love to discover stuff that's already existed.
I need for y'all to really chime in. Let me know exactly what's on your mind right now, how you feel about this, please, because, we're going to have this conversation.
It's kind of our thing. America! Where did you come from? First. As a matter of fact, this has been said many times just by Chris Rock.
There ain't a white man in this room that would change places with me, and I'm rich. You had a 400 year head start, motherfucker. See, the black man gotta fly to get something that the white man could walk to. A black C student can't even be the manager of Burger King. Meanwhile, the white C student just happens to be the president of the United States of America.
He's a very good comedian. But you know what? Maybe you don't want to hear about our racial divide and have it be funny. Would you rather black people invent an entire genre of music just to explain it to us?
Fathers of his country never cared for me. They kept my ancestors shackled up in slavery. And Uncle Sam never did a damn thing for me. Except lie about the facts in my history.
But you know what? It's wonderful that white people are finally ready to sit back and listen. But damn, the black people speaking out now are just sampling the classics.
Racism is so deeply embedded into the fabric of the society.
Thank you, Angela. James Baldwin went all the way to England to explain it because he wanted to do it at white people headquarters.
White people headquarters.
Discover that the country, which is your birthplace and to which you owe your life and your identity, has not in its whole system of reality evolved any place for you.
For f***'s sake, Frederick Douglass told white people, the rich inheritance of justice, liberty, prosperity, and independence bequeathed by your fathers is shared by you, not by me. He said that in 1852. And now, 170 years later, suddenly we're like, hey, you seem upset.
Yo, please, 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 please tell me the part that I should be pissed off about, because a lot of people do not like what he's saying on this. I need y'all to let me know. Chime in, guys. Come on. School of brother. I want to know.
We're still cool though, right? Did we do something? Black people have given us step-by-step instructions through the centuries. They didn't even do that with the electric slide. By the way, 3 steps and then you bend. I don't want to get into it. And yet, even after all that, the wealth gap, worse now. Home ownership, worse now. Segregation, worse now. On average, a white high school graduate is wealthier than a black college graduate. Forget about them telling you even the stark facts don't seem to matter.
Black Americans should understand that if they study and work hard, they will likely succeed in this country.
Just not as much as white people who don't study as hard. We have been told over and over and over again by black people that this country has never resolved the original sins of slavery and segregation. But the response to that is always,
if Barack Obama can make it as the son of a single white mom, then so can everybody else.
Oprah Winfrey is perhaps the best example of a talented person who made it on her own in America.
LeBron James is a great American success story.
How can America be racist if Cleveland has a championship?
Wow.
It doesn't seem to matter what black people tell us or how many times they say it. It lands on deaf ears because a large swath of white America believes that...
Okay, let's talk. I'm sorry, I gotta bleep that out. All right, let's talk for a moment because I keep on seeing videos. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people are pissed off at this. Pissed off at this. I want to know why people are so pissed off at this. I get it. Victimhood. I get it. People saying that they're not better than they was. With people saying that they're not doing as well as they was back in the day. They're actually doing worse, getting paid less home ownership, all this other stuff. People still being shot and those things. Why is this so bad to some people? Because what he's saying is that some people need to wake up. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that he's saying some people need to wake up. But from me studying the other side as well, I can already see Ben Shapiro's argument before I even go check it out. And I plan on checking out Ben Shapiro's argument because it says Ben Shapiro wrecks Jon Stewart's unhinged anti-white rant. Here's the thing I want y'all to understand. Our truths aren't going to always be the same. Period. Because our experiences aren't always the same. Yeah, you know a whole bunch of black people who don't have an issue with the way the country is going. They love it. They're doing well. They got great families. They probably vote Democrat or Republican, whatever the case may be. They just don't complain to you. They don't complain around you. They actually complain about the black people that complain. I really need to understand what's the big issue with this right here. I think a conversation should be had. I would love to see Ben Shapiro and Jon Stewart hash this out. I would love to see that. Because right now, I'm just seeing that people are putting the same story that the other side are getting tired of hearing. Y'all are getting tired of hearing it. Stop talking about the same thing over and over and over again. We've done the math already. Y'all are doing cool. Y'all are doing great. And the stuff that y'all aren't doing good at is y'all fault because y'all need to step it up. Okay? Well, accountability need to be had on both sides. Okay? So I need for them to have conversations because this right here, it seems like he's trying to hold a group of people. He's not saying Republicans. He's not saying Democrats. He's saying people who he believes as a white man to have a bit of privilege and a head start, which another side on, depending on what political side you're on, do not believe that to be true, because they know a whole bunch of white people who are not doing well in life, or who are doing just as well or worse than the average black person that they know. And they don't feel like they had any help whatsoever. And I get that too. But again, I will circle back. I don't understand policy and all that other stuff yet, because I'm going to look into it. Because I'm tired of people explaining it to me, and y'all having y'all debates back and forth, and I not have a say. So from here on out, I'm going to have a say. I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to make sure that I have an opinion, because it's imperative that I know what the hell I'm listening to.
Black Americans are solely responsible for their community's struggle. And the bias is so pervasive, we don't even notice it.
Crack. Who's responsible? Let me tell you straight out. Everyone who uses drugs.
And perchance, who would this everyone be?
Crack has become the new franchise, a chemical McDonald's. You want to get high, you see the guys in the gangs, in the red and blue outfits.
The front line in the war on crack.
There are tens of thousands more crack babies on the way.
Crack babies
are going to overwhelm every social service delivery system.
Before, we could afford to ignore the hopelessness represented by gangs, but now we're afraid it will affect our schools, our kids, our streets.
It's as innocent looking as candy, but it's turning our cities into battle zones, and it's murdering our children.
What kind of fucking candy do you eat? Now, this is not to downplay at all the effects of the crack epidemic, but we are currently in the midst of an equally corrosive opioid epidemic, although that affects a slightly different everyone. And how is that portrayed?
America's addiction to opioids is playing out right down the street. Every type of person you can imagine. Successful people, funny people, moms, dads, grandparents, injured athletes, cancer patients, war veterans. Chances are greater than ever you know someone directly affected. Why are opioids so hard to quit?
Well, that's fucking easy. It links opioid receptors and inhibits an enzyme that I'm not going to get into it right now. But the point is, it's on purpose. And the people who made it that way only had to pay a fine. But that's drugs. I'm sure poverty doesn't have the same empathy gap.
Inner city is a polite name for ghetto, as in black ghetto.
And that's the award-winning PBS journalist. So, just out of curiosity, why is the black ghetto poor?
Intelligent Americans know it is the collapse of the traditional family that is wreaking havoc in the African American community.
72% of black babies are born to single mothers.
If they would start talking about the responsibilities of fatherhood.
Dependency on welfare was breaking up black families.
The breakdown of the black family and an extraordinarily dysfunctional, toxic inner city culture.
Inner city? Excuse me. The politically correct phrase is black ghetto. Good day. By the way, how do we portray poverty in the outer city?
Ruggedly beautiful and deeply poor Appalachia for decades has struggled.
People here have struggled more and more as their factories have shuttered and their coal mines have closed.
It's been a slow, painful drip of job losses for decades.
It used to be with a high school degree, you could get a job that actually could provide for your family. Yeah. And the disappearance of those may lead people to feel a lot more stressed.
So that low self-worth, along with that hopelessness feeling, we start seeing tremendous depression. So how do you relieve depression? You can relieve it with drug use, alcohol use.
White people are poor and do drugs because something has been done to them. Black people are poor and do drugs because they won't just get up and do something. Everything that happens is viewed through that filter.
What started as peaceful protests
devolving into something beyond that.
An explosion of violence today.
This is not what we want people to see of the city of Philadelphia.
Well, makes perfect sense. How would you like people to see the city of Philadelphia?
The Eagles' victory touched off a wild celebration in Philadelphia.
The celebration quickly got rowdy. Fans pulled down traffic lights.
The awning in front of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel collapsed.
Started fires and tipped over cars.
Well, it looks like everybody had a good time there last night.
Lord. Oh, Lord. Can I tell you something? Anyone who gets super, super upset at this is almost as if you don't want these things to be put out there. Why? I need that answer. Those are the type of, I need that answer. Why are you upset that he's putting this information out there? Should it stay under the cover? Because he's actually making some pretty good points, in my opinion. And I want to know from you all why you think that he's not. Feel free to just let me know whatever you want me to know, man. I want to have this conversation.
The problem with white people. Hold on. I'm just gonna stop for a second and pose so you can get your memes out. Okay, there we go. Get a good picture for your clickbaits. For however sincerely we want to reckon and listen.
Oh, so that's the exact same picture from when he took it in. That's on Ben Shapiro's video thumbnail.
The truth is, America has always prioritized white comfort over black survival. Black people have had to fight so hard for equality that they've been irreparably set back in the pursuit of equity. And any real attempt to repair a ton of that damage, reparation, sets off white people's "they're coming for our shit" alarm, which we would know ourselves had we actually been listening.
My feeling is white people have a very, very serious problem, and they should start thinking about what they can do about it. Take me out of it.
Understood.
Please let me know what you thought about that in the comments below. And if you've yet to hit that subscribe button, the subscribe button, not the unsubscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I'm Van, and now we are all the LFR family, and I'm just looking for the truth. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video, and hopefully inside the Patreon as well. You all have been amazing. Love you.